If you want to attract relationships that are going to be pleasing to you, you have to be that first. It's like everything. If you want to attract certain things, you have to reflect it first.
People act with us the way they think we think about them. What does this mean? It means like if this person thinks you let's say someone at the job thinks that you think she's bossy, she's gonna act bossy with you. If she thinks you think she's always grumpy, she's gonna act grumpy with you. If you at your partner, you're always telling him, you never do the dishes, you're always lazy, why you're not giving me this? Guess what? They're gonna repeat the pattern because they think you perceive them that way, and that's the pattern they will repeat. So, this is very important. Nobody tells us this at school, you know?
If you are constantly doing things for people, but inside you're like, this is too much, I don't have time for this, I'm always the one looking after others. No. You are totally disaligned, and that's not serving you in any way.
Because if you get tempted and you go there and you start bitching about something, and you will start attracting that, and you're not being the light of the group, or you're not being your own true self. You're just lying to yourself that is a good thing to talk about. You're wasting your time and you're attracting the things that you should not be attracting, or you don't really want.
It's very unlikely that a person that loves their life, that has great friends, that has successful relationship, that talks about the ideas of everything they want to achieve, is going to want to spend a lot of time with you. You have to start to work on yourself.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Happiness Sweet Spot. I am Laura and this is my amazing friend Nadia.
Hello everyone!
Today we are recording episode 8 of season 1. All season 1 is about the law of attraction, and today is a very important episode. We will be talking on how to build healthy, strong and valuable relationships. If you are already applying what we said on our last episode about how to start building the relationship with yourself, with self-love, if you are already applying that, welcome to see this episode. If you haven't seen our last episode, pause this one. You can refer to this one here. We're gonna put a link to it, because that's the fundamentals and the basics you have to apply to really master this second part of how to build meaningful, strong and beautiful relationships with others.
So we just want to start off with a quote that probably a lot of you have already heard, and it goes like this. So, poor minds talk about others, average minds talk about events, and successful minds talk about ideas. So this is very important because it really goes in the direction of what we are talking about. And when you are a person that is successful, it means you're a person that is connected to yourself. You're connected to the power of life, you're connected to the universe, and all your attention is focused on where you're going, on yourself, on your path, on your ideas, on shining and focusing on the positive and what's good, and you don't have any time to talk about the rest. So we just wanted to start off that way because we think that it's a very powerful quote, and it's really something to keep in mind. Another thing really to remember is we are not saying in any way that when you have certain people in your life maybe that are not what you would consider people that always talk about ideas, they're people maybe that also have negative conversations, that you will get rid of them. Because if you try with your own power to get rid of people, what you're going to do is just attract new people with the same problems. Don't do it with your own strength. The whole trick here is to focus on the good in people. Focus on the things that are positive in them. Even if there's one thing that you see positive in a person and 5 things that you don't like in them, focus on that positive thing, because you will attract more of that in that person, and you will attract more of that in other people as well. And by doing that, if that person does not match your energy, the universe will get rid of it itself, and you will not have to do anything. You will think all of a sudden, whoa, you know, that person's just disappeared from one day to the next. And be open to that, be ready for that, and make space for new people. But don't try and do it yourself, because if you do it yourself, you're doing it with the ego, and you're saying, well, you're not good enough for me, bye-bye. But that's the ego talking, and then you'll get another person in your life with probably a similar problem that you will have to get rid of again, and then you'll spend your life just having to get rid of people but never attracting the ones that, you know, you really want to keep. So first of all, do the work, do the work, do the work, which is what we talk about in every single episode. Align with positive thoughts, positive feelings, feel good, and from there is where everything comes.
I want to share an example of my own life on how the transition was made from my old beliefs and the old life I have built before knowing the law of attraction. And during this episode, I will just reconnect and tell you how it has changed and how I have been able to build these meaningful and beautiful relationships. Let's start with the story of how it all started for me. I was like over 10 years ago in a relationship. I was with a person who had a great mind. We were all together talking about ideas and what we wanted to do and where we wanted to go. It was a very good relationship. And the problem or the issue was that this person was holding into friends that had really a poor mindset, talking always about people, gossiping, always trying to victimize. And he had also average-minded people with whom I could connect, but I realized that I wasn't in a place where the people around me were nurturing this success mindset or this great mindset where we talk about ideas, we want to improve the world, we want to become better persons. And even if my partner at that time was able to connect with me in some of the ways, he was holding into all these things. And at some point in the relationship, since I started knowing more and more the law of attraction and I started improving myself, my own mindset, we struggled because I wasn't compatible anymore with these people. Even if I was friendly, even if I was kind, and even if I was loving, they felt this disconnection on the topics. I was always the girl that, yeah, Laura and her big dreams, yeah, right, that she's gonna like succeed in that way. Yeah, Laura, yeah, you're gonna achieve that thing. I realized right away that I wasn't in the right place, but I started working on me. I didn't try to push them away. And what happened is that naturally, my ex-boyfriend felt that he didn't understand why, but he needed to end the relationships. And it was because of this heaviness that he was holding on to. So the universe always removed the person that is not serving you anymore. Yes, I was hurt. Yes, I was trying to hold on to him, but I was realizing that this feeling of like, these people are gone. I mean, I was sad I didn't have him anymore, but all these people that felt heavy with their toxicity and their poor mindset, it was kind of a relief for me to let them go. So what we will tell you now during the rest of the episode is now that you have the knowledge you will acquire, how to attract now people that were amazing, that were aligned. The more I worked on myself, the people that were more eager to share ideas with me and build a future and connect and trust, and when my life improved beautifully, beautifully, beautifully. And I really hope these persons, I wish them love, and I wish them they will improve also their mindset, their point of view. And I send them, I see now back and I send them love, because I wish them to find this eagerness and this flow in their lives, and don't be stuck on criticizing others and putting their don't minding their business. They have also potential, and everybody has it. We all decide ourselves if we want to go there or not.
Yes, so I think the most important thing for you, if you want to attract the relationships that are going to be pleasing for you, is to first of all be the reflection of that. Because I always like to give this kind of example, but you can't expect to attract a princess if you're a frog. We've also been in our society, we've all seen the Disney movies, and we've been put a lot of information in our heads from when we're very young. There is kind of a bit of a myth and a situation around all kinds of different relationships between men, between women, and even though things are starting to change, it is also important to clarify a lot of things. But anyway, if you want to attract relationships that are going to be pleasing to you, you have to be that first. It's like everything. If you want to attract certain things, you have to reflect it first. So the work is always the same, and we are going to repeat it over and over again. It all starts with you. So first of all, if you want to have a relationship where a person is uplifting, is positive, talks about ideas, is compassionate, is fun, then first of all, write a list of all the things that you would like in this other person and start working them on yourself. Now, this does not mean that you have to be perfect at everything, because everyone has their gifts and everyone comes together to give other people their gifts. I just mean that on a vibrational level, people that are together or enjoy spending time together do have that same kind of energy. So if you're a person that complains constantly about others, about your family, about how you hate your job, about how hard life is, about how you always attract friends that you don't like or people that you don't like, it's very unlikely that a person that loves their life, that has great friends, that has successful relationship, that talks about the ideas of everything they want to achieve, is going to want to spend a lot of time with you. So, knowing that, you have to start to work on yourself. If you realize that you criticize a lot other people, or that in your relationship you tend to be demanding, but not very giving, all these things are important to observe and to start working on. Something that I really like to do, and I always give it an example, this is with my husband, for example, but it could be, we're talking about relationships with friends, with work partners and all of that, is try to be the one to give first. It seems that in our society there's a competition of how can I do the least? You should be doing the most for me. Try and start to look at things in another way. Try and say, how can I be the one to give the most in this relationship? How can I be the best version of myself for this person? Now, if you fill up your mind with this idea of how can I be the best version of myself for this person, how can I give this person the most of me, then you're going to be very busy on a very positive and uplifting idea, instead of the contrary of why does this person never do enough for me? And I always feel like I'm the one that's giving them all and doing them all, and the more you do that, the less the other person gives, because the more they feel nagged out, the less they really like you and the rest they want to do for you. And so it's a negative spiral, just never ends. So in every relationship you have, just try and be that person. And I'm not saying that your mind has to be always focused on what can I do for other people, what can I give to other people, how can I... No, it has to be natural and it has to feel good. If you're very busy and you're going out of your way maybe to take a box of chocolates for someone at work and it doesn't feel good, you really don't want to do it and it's really annoying you to go and buy that box of chocolates, don't do it. It has to come from a place of love. It has to be inspired. You have to think, you know what, I'm really enjoying the relationship with that person and I feel like buying them a little gift. Oh, I'm going to buy the box of chocolates, and everything is done in flow, in love, in ease. And the more you do that, the more you will attract relationships like that. The more you will attract people that do those kind of things. But everything you do has to be with a smile on your face. If you are constantly doing things for people, but inside you're like, this is too much, I don't have time for this, I'm always the one looking after others. No. You are totally disaligned and that's not serving you in any way. So always remember, first of all, how do I feel on the inside? Is this action that I am doing serving me? Am I doing it with a smile, or am I just doing it to be nice because being nice is a good thing? No, it always has to be done because you really feel it on the inside.
The universe is abundant. There is abundance of love, abundance of friends, abundance on everything. And as Nadia was saying, when you give truly from the bottom of your heart, you give back, you give to others, the universe gives it back. But as Nadia was saying, it's not like I should be a good person and just be good and just do it because I have to. And on the inside, you're feeling like it's a weight, or that you are doing an action and then expecting the action to come back from that person, then you are not emitting abundance. That is fake abundance. That is ego abundance. It's not real flow and connection with the universe. If you're gonna give to others, if you're gonna give love, if you're gonna give kindness, if you're gonna give objects, if you're gonna give and share what you have from what you are able to attract on this moment, be generous, be truly generous from the bottom of your hearts. If you're listening to a conversation from the bottom of your heart, give this moment, give your attention, give from true love and kindness from your heart, not from your ego and not from expecting something back. We have to understand that this is a concept very interesting and on psychology, okay? Write this down truly. People act with us the way they think we think about them. Okay, let's do it again. People act with us the way they think we think about them. What does this mean? It means like if this person thinks let's say someone at the job thinks that you think she's bossy, she's gonna act bossy with you. If she thinks you think she's always grumpy, she's gonna act grumpy with you. If you at your partner, you're always telling him, you never do the dishes, you're always lazy, why you're not giving me this, guess what? They're gonna repeat the pattern because they think you perceive them that way, and that's the pattern they will repeat. So, this is very important. Nobody tells us this at school, If you want beautiful and meaningful relationships, what do you have to do then? First of all, understand we all have flaws, we all have a good side, we all have our talents, we all have a bad side, we all have our things we like to do less. The thing is, which ones you want to nurture? which ones you want to remind the person it is, with which eyes you are seeing this person, with which eyes are you seeing yourself, because that's the reflection always on how you see others. So always work on yourself. Go and watch our last episode and understand what I am talking about, because when you look to yourself with eyes of love and kindness and forgiveness, then you see others this way. And we have to understand that when we start seeing the others with greatness, with love, without judgment, no judgment, with compassion and kindness and eagerness, the person feels it, because it's true, because you have to start seeing other people as the best version they can become, and start with seeing yourself as the best version you can become, because that way you are building a healthy path on the relationship. You are building the fundamental pillars on a healthy, strong and beautiful relationship by removing judgment. Judgment will make your foundations fall, you know? No judgment, kindness, understand that we all come from different paths and we have to be true and remove the masks. How many people build masks from useful past events and reactions they had in the past, but we have to understand it's not serving us anymore. We have to remove these layers. If we want true friends that love us deeply, we have to show them how we are and who we are. So again, vulnerability is important, you know, not only be with them when you're everything is good and being happy. No, showing them how beautifully you are repairing the vulnerabilities and how beautifully you are loving the past version that you were, but that version doesn't matter anymore, because you're building the new one, you're building the better one, and they will be with you, the persons that are building the best version of themselves. And there's where a healthy, great, strong relationship starts.
Yes, and it's very important to want to be the light in the relationships. Don't enter relationships wanting to take, because if you have a hole in your life, if you are having trouble in your life, if you're having difficulties, and you want the others to carry you, that is going to be a weight that I know in our society there's a thing about how true friendship is in through the worst times, and how best friends should be there no matter what. And part of it is true, but the only person that can really change you is you. You're the only one that can make you feel better. Don't ever put that weight onto another person. If every time you see a person, you need that person to uplift you because, you know, you're finding that your daily routine is too hard, you're stressed out, you're not satisfied in your life, you're constantly moving from place to find a better place, but wherever place you are, it seems to just be like the same. It comes from you. And if you expect your relationships to make you feel better, it's just going to be a never-ending cycle of, you know, someone might help you to feel good for a while, and then another day they might not feel so good, and then when you see them, then you're like, oh, that person doesn't really serve me today because I felt bad and I was expecting them to make me feel better and they didn't today. And so make your mission in a relationship to be, I am going to be the one that is full of joy and love and upliftment. And if it's any kind of day where you need to work on yourself, sometimes it's better to not see people, to not be social, and to take that time to actually do the work on yourself. Say, well, today I'm really not feeling aligned, I'm really feeling grumpy, I'm really feeling dissatisfied with my life. Instead of complaining to someone else who can give me positive words that might make me feel better in the moment, I can actually start and try and do the work myself. I can do a momentum of positive energy and say, okay, well, I know things are going to get better, and I know I can find a way out of this, and I've already come very far, and my desire is to be more smiling and more giving and more understanding. And you can build up your energy yourself to the point where you'll feel so great thanks to the own power of your mind, that when you do see those friends, you will bring that beautiful energy to them instead of just taking the energy from the situation. And that's very important, because that's where your power is. If you just try and get your power from places, from people, from situations, you'll constantly end up again in the same hole. Because first of all, your power doesn't lie in others, it lies within you. Until you tap into that amazing power, you'll constantly go back to where you're not feeling good. And second of all, no person will always be perfect. Every time you see them, they might have their days, or most of the time they might be full of energy and full of positivity to give you, but they might have a rough time. And then maybe for a period of 3 months, every time you see them, they'll be grumpy, they'll be negative, they'll be saying things that you don't really like. But if you were uplifted, if you were in your joy, you could bring those amazing words and amazing empowering feelings to the situation that might transform it. If all you do is come and expect the other persons to make you feel great, then your whole power is gone. And then that's where we go back to what we were saying at the beginning. You have to get rid of people. Oh, you're not serving me for the last month, then I have to get rid of you now, because I used to look at you and be happy looking at you. Now I'm looking at you and I don't know what you're going through, or I don't know why you're like that, but I don't like looking at you anymore, so bye-bye. No, that's not how it works. You have to always come to the table in relationships being the best version of yourself. And on those days where maybe you're not the best version of yourself, do the work. Do the work. Even in conversations with your friends, you say, today's a day where I'm feeling a bit down. What can I look at with you today that's going to make me feel better? Look at the beautiful bird sitting on the tree. Look at this. Don't go into conversations that are going to make you feel worse. Don't talk about the problem. Don't go over the problem and talk about the nitty-gritty of why you're feeling bad. That just makes it worse. Do the work. You can do the work on your own. You can do the work side by side with your friend, but do the work of looking for gratitude, looking for appreciation, looking for positivity, and that's how you will attract same like-minded people.
We were watching together with Nadia a conference of Bob Proctor, and he was talking about how he decided to be selective with the relationship that entered his life, because he was saying, I only decide to stay and surround myself with people that have ideas, the people that want to go further, that people that want to improve themselves, and I avoid totally, and I avoid staying with people that will pull me down with their ideas, because I might catch that. This is why when we are sometimes in a group of people that start gossiping, gossip about something, and everybody starts interacting, this is how we feel so tempted to also enter the conversation with the gossip or with the criticizing. And it's something that feels, as Nadia was saying to me when we were preparing this episode, it feels like, since everybody's doing it, then I can. But no, because if you get tempted and you go there and you start bitching about something, and you will start attracting that, and you're not being the light of the group, or you're not being your own true self. You're just lying to yourself that is a good thing to talk about. You're wasting your time and you're attracting the things that you should not be attracting, or you don't really want. So you have to learn, and we are preparing a course about this, about how to find the happiness sweet spot, how to pass from being unhappy, or being happy for the wrong reasons, or being happy for the good reasons, to actually being happy for no reason, becoming happy, becoming stable, becoming great, becoming empowered of your own shine, of your own light, of your own destiny. And when you tap into that energy, it's so beautiful and everything manifests so fast and it's so clear. You have the clear path you've been searching for all of your life. It's there. It's there. Everything is clear and you can see the things you were doing that were preventing you from that. And now when I'm tempted to gossip about someone, I feel the disconnection right away. And I'm like, whoa, Laura, what you're doing? Why are you wanting to tap into that? It's not benefiting you. And I see the results right away. I see, like, if I'm talking about how grumpy is someone, then the lady sitting next to me in the concert is grumpy. I see it fast. It's incredible. So we want to teach you on this course we're building how to tap into this beautiful constant happiness and knowledge and empowerment, so you can build relationships that are meaningful, so you can attract the partner, the love of your life that is meaningful and that will stay and that will be matching the best version of you. And that's what stands, what lasts over time, when the relationships come from good basics with the strength. And I want to finish this because we're running out of time, but I want to ask you the question. To this person that maybe you have been thinking about, that your relationship is maybe not so good, have you said to this person lately, I love you, I care about you, I understand you, I think you have greatness in you, I feel that you have so much potential, I like when you do this thing to me. I like talking with you about this specific topic. I like how your face sparks and shines when you talk about this specific thing. Have you ever told them? Because that changes everything. Sometimes we think we have bad relationship with someone in our family or someone near us. But if we are the factor that changes the equations, because we only have the power to change us. So if you change your actions and you change in them the perspective or the perception they have about how you think about them, everything changes. So start saying someone, I love you. When you finish this episode, call someone or send a message. I love you. You changed my life. I appreciate your friendship. I appreciate you. And tell people, I don't see you. I understand your past. I understand where you come from. I understand your flaws. But I don't see them. I don't see you like this. I see the magnificent human being that you are building, and I see where you are going. And when you tell someone, and when you see in someone the greatness, trust me, they will build greatness. Tell them, let's build greatness together. Let's be happy together. I don't expect you to make me happy. We found our way together to happiness, and this is what matters.
So you want to know how to attract great relationships in your life? What Laura was saying, be happiness. As she said, we're building a whole course around the idea of happiness, being happy for no reason. You can't look at external factors to try and be happy. You know, you have to go from one city to a next, to a next, to a next, and you find happiness nowhere. And then you look at your family and you think you're going to look at your children and your husband and be happy there, and you still can't find happiness. And then you try and do one job and that doesn't bring you happiness. And then you don't have a job and you think, if I stay at home with my kids, then, and you're still not happy. And then you think, if I spend a bit more time looking after myself, then I'll be happy. And still not happy, because happiness is not in the external things. Happiness is a state of being. You are happiness. And when you manage to get to that state of being, of just, I am happiness for no reason, then the rest comes. Then the perfect timing of the holidays that are going to make you really satisfied will arrive, and then the timings of the people that you are going to meet in your life that are going to be satisfying will arrive. But it's your projection of happiness onto the world that brings and attracts that, not you looking for happiness in all the wrong areas and all the wrong places. And that is such an important thing, because so many people spend their life looking to be happy in objects or in situations or in places, and you will never find it, because happiness is you. You can be in a place, the same place where for most people it would be boring, and you will be happy, fulfilled, content, because happiness is a state of being. And I can assure you that when you're that state of being, you won't be in a place of boredom or of anything negative, because the energy of happiness projects so quickly and materializes so quickly things around you that your whole life will quickly fill up with the holidays you want, the people you want, the situations that you want, the projects you want. But all that comes from that space of pure happiness for no reason. But we're going to have a whole course about that, so we'll go into more detail.
I have an idea. Let's say that this episode is filled with love for someone. You know, I'm pretty sure someone needs to hear about this, or this episode is filled with love and understanding and kindness, and so share it with someone. And if you person are receiving this episode from someone, it's because this person loves you and cares about you, and we want to spread the love. So let's send this to someone that might need or hear that it's valuable, that you are grateful for this person being in your life, that you are eager to develop happiness with this person. So let's share and spread, and let's keep bringing healthy relationships in this world. Thank you for being here. It is always a pleasure.
So just to finish off, you wouldn't think that if you brushed your teeth one day that they would stay white for the rest of your life. You understand that you have to brush them twice a day, every single day for the rest of your life. The relationships is the same. If you attract a wonderful person in your life that you're very satisfied with, then you can't expect just to do whatever and be sloppy in your feelings and vibration and that person will stay. No, you understand that the attraction of a person, of a relationship, like anything in your life, is in perfect matching vibration to what you are emitting at every single moment in time. So the work is always the same, and it's what we repeat constantly. At every moment in time, you have to do the work on how you feel, how you vibrate, or how you think, and that will always be the matching vibration to what you will be receiving in a person, in situations, in circumstances. And the more you do that, the more you practice staying in that high level energy, the more you will be surrounded by those people and those situations, and they will stick. They will be around you. They will be like magnets to your world. And that is the most important idea to leave with today. So thank you. We have really enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.